Ladies and gentlemen, I have a nice big frosty mug of ginger lemon tea. And I am going to discuss my backlog of videos. I am filming this in mid-October of 2025. Currently, I believe I have about 30 videos from 2024, before this channel was monetized, that are sitting in my inventory. They have not been scheduled. They are just drafts. Yes. This, of course, would be considered a bad thing. Because nobody can enjoy them. All right. And as I said, between me making these videos and today, my channel not only got monetized, but YouTube said they would give me $400 if I created channel memberships. So just to make them happy, I went out there and I made channel memberships on this channel. And my overall goal is to get to the point where I have a year of content ahead of schedule. Priority, of course, being channel memberships, so that every time a new channel member comes in, level 1, they get 52 videos. Level 2, they get an additional 104 videos. Level 3, they get an additional 156 videos. Okay? Problem with these videos, of course, is they are the videos where I drink soda and consume alcohol. Which means I can only make so many of them, particularly with a challenging work schedule. It's like, yes, I could drink one alcoholic drink per hour for 24 hours and never become fully drunk. Okay? Particularly today. I have nothing better to do. I could just stay home, work on videos, and do nothing else. But, the whole goal there is to go to a, 3 drink a week sort of a trot. But to have, it's like the more of these videos that you have, it's like every one of them is an advertisement. As I have one of my subscribers, she sits there, your videos, I have to pay to see them. It's like, yeah, well, that's kind of the point of channel membership, isn't it? I've got to do that. That's how channel, if I could give people channel memberships for free, I would. And there are people that give me money, and it's like, well, but if you want the channel membership, you need to buy it. It's just one of those things. So, yeah. So, by the time you watch this, there should probably be a big 30 video long thing of just members only videos. Because I'm hoping to get that out of the way. But, it just represents an issue. And then there's the additional problem of, you realize I don't make videos every day. I build up a card full of videos on my camera, and then when I'm done with that card, I pull the card out of the camera and I start, making more videos. So even if I did do one drinking video a day, thus getting 2 weeks worth of them done every week or a little more, then yeah, okay, that's good, except for the fact that I don't render the videos I do every day. I make a bunch of videos, and then I've got them on the card, and then I pull the card and I do a backup so that if something happens to the card, I have a backup. And then I started rendering, and I render and I render and I render, and I have these long rendering sessions. Like if I go to work, I will have one computer in the office rendering and the other computer at my desk so I can see, and then that's just how that works. Anyway, so yeah, it's one of the things I very much dislike about the whole YouTube channel member thing is I can't set a video, be like, okay, today it's going to become available to all or to this level of channel membership, and then tomorrow it'll drop down a level, and the day after that it'll drop down a level, and then eventually it becomes like, I couldn't be like, okay, every week, it drops down a level. No, it doesn't work that way. It's either you have two options. You either schedule a video, or you schedule a video that is members only to everyone. Okay? You cannot schedule a video to be members only at a certain time, which personally I think is really dumb. I mean, like, what if I go on vacation? What if I get sick? What if I wind up in the hospital? YouTube is a low overhead format, meaning that I'm not going to have a lot of employees. Okay? If anything, I would have people that contract for me, but are open to contract for other people. So I'm never going to have, all right, it's time to go into the office, and, down the hall is the guy that renders my videos, and I'm going to send that to him, and then he's going to send that to the posting guy who goes out there and does the hashtags and everything. It doesn't work that way, One thing that I was actually looking at was making advent calendar videos, which is, you would buy an advent calendar and a fake Christmas tree if it's ornaments or whatever it is, and then you would make a video where you open every calendar, and it's like, well, what you would then do with that, of course, is you would have to make YouTube shorts, So you'd have every calendar would be 24 shorts, maybe 25, I don't know. And you would have a short where you open whatever the thing is on the advent calendar, then you take it over to the tree and you put it on there. And, that's just how that works. Okay, But, I don't really have the software to do that, and I don't really have the money, because that won't make money. I don't know if that would make money. So going all in on something like that just really wouldn't be a great idea. And as you get further in, like, you can do advents for almost any holiday. You could have International Coffee Day, where it's like, well, whatever the internet, I think it's sometime in December. You could have 24 days of coffee. Not a problem, but you have to buy 24 different kinds of coffee. It takes a lot of pre-planning. Anyway, so yeah. It's a video where I drink something non-alcoholic and non-calorie, and I talk to you wonderful people about, YouTube. Anyway, I'm Richard. Rockin'! I'm Danger Ducky, and I'm telling you, it's time to comment, like, and subscribe, because it's the right thing to do. Yeah, that's right. This channel's awesome, and you should be a part of that. So, tell your friends, and rock on!